Robert, James Garner has emerged as a potential midfield option for Manchester United. Now, we'll be looking at James Garner, giving you an overview where he's at in his career. Obviously, he's already previously been at Manchester United. We'll be talking about should Manchester United sign him, and all the news that's come out over James Garner. So, it came out a few days ago now about James Garner. And it come out from Nathan Salt in the Mail. And he said James Garner is a name that is rising up Manchester United's list as they explore a potential midfield addition in January. Then in the further article kind of followed up by saying Manchester United paying close attention to James Garner's situation at Everton as they continue to map out plans for a midfield overhaul. Garner is a name that is rising up as United's profile as they look to add a potential midfielder next month. Garner, who is heading into his final 6 months of his deal at Everton, is viewed as an affordable addition to go alongside significant spend in the summer with Elliot Anderson as the club's midfield target. So we know Manchester United's prime midfield target is Elliot Anderson, but they want to get out and go and get two midfielders this summer. And James Garner comes in as the more cheaper option with the options such as Tyler Adams, João Neves, Ruben Neves. No, it is João Gomez. João Gomez, Ruben Neves, and some options other in there as well. Tyler Adams, as I've already mentioned, Edison, as well. So he comes under that sort of bracket. And what I would say about James Garner is, I thought it was the wrong decision initially when Manchester United let him go. He left to go to Forest. He had a decent season there, and now he's at Everton and he's flying. And obviously with him being into the final few months of his contract, he is someone who's gonna. It's weighing up his option, and there has been no talks about a new extension yet. Now, this is his fourth season at Everton, and he has played quite a few games for them this season. 17 matches in the league, he's played 17. And in a variety of positions, he played some games at right back, some games in centre midfield. And I've watched him a few times, and I've actually been pretty impressed. Now, you look at his strengths, he's very good at winning the ball. He's good at taking set pieces. In terms of passing, again, he's got 2 assists this season. And again, you just look at him as an all-action midfielder. And again, it'd be typical of Manchester United to sell one of their academy players and then go back and sign him. And this is what United are not trying to do with Kobbie Mainoo. Now, as I said, Premier League experience, got quite a few years of Premier experience. He was at United. Then he went to Watford. Then he went 2 seasons at Forest. And now he's at Everton. And he's doing fantastically well there. I've watched him a few times this season. And I think he looks composed on the ball. He's very strong. He's physical. And he can definitely cause problems to teams. But again, he's more of a deep line playmaker. Not deep line playmaker, but a deep line midfielder, a number 6 as such. Now, again, you look at his strength, as I said, Premier League experience, I think that's something that's key. He's at the right age as well, 24 years of age, which is brilliant. Is a good age for someone to come to Manchester United. The sort of profile that we're looking at is different to someone like Ruben Neves, who's 28, turning 29 in March. This guy's 24. He's got quite a few years left at definitely anywhere at the top level. And the fact that he's doing it for an Everton side, who have done quite well this season, he's been quite impressive for them. So, yeah, I think the age, the Premier experience is very, very good. He knows Manchester United as well. He's been at the club before, so he knows exactly what sort of the club's about. A cheap option as well. I think price Joes have to look at it. With United going for one of the heavy hitters in Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton, and Carlos Baleba. You know United want to get one of them 3. Anderson is the kind of prime target at the moment. But James Garner, again, is an opportunity signing, and he's one that would be at the club for the future, which is what Ruben Amorim has hinted at in his press conference. He's at the right age as well, at 24, and I think he would add a lot to this team. Now, the concerns would be, would he be able to play in the midfield too? Because at Everton, most of the time, or majority of the time, he is playing in the midfield 3. Again, I think that is a big adaptation for a lot of midfielders, and we do underestimate how difficult it is playing in the midfield too. You have to do so much more work, so much more sort of awareness is needed. And we've seen players struggle. I mean, when Casemiro first came into the team, he was struggling in that midfield too, and they finally got the hang of it now. So it is difficult playing in the midfield too, but I certainly think James Garner is an option. I'm not saying go out and sign him straight away, but as a cheap option, potentially in the summer on a free agent, he's definitely someone to look at now. I don't know why Everton would want to let him go. I mean, he's looked very, very good. Him, Idrissa Gueye, in that midfield too, they've looked very, very good. And again, listen, he started a lot of the game, well, all the games for Everton, and I think he is a very, very good player. Now, another weakness, um, again, it wouldn't be the pressure of Manchester United, but um, yeah, I think the positives outweigh the negatives, and that's something that you have to look at. And we know United are doing all their sort of scouting and all their looks right now to kind of find out who the best player really is to sign. They know, as I've said so many times, who the big options are: Ruben Neves, no, sorry, Elliot Anderson, Carlos Baleba, Adam Wharton. They want to get one of them, but they're still looking see who can be that sort of cheaper option to come in. And I think James Garner and definitely Ruben Neves would be my top two. You obviously got Tyler Adams in there. Alex Scott, someone who's been talked about from Bournemouth, as well as a potential option. But for me, James Garner looks at as a presentable opportunity, one that fits the sort of ethos that United are going for. He'd be at the club for the future. He's at the right age. He's got Prem experience. He's a cheap option. And again, I thought United made a mistake selling him in the first place, but to bring him back to the club, I'd love James Garner at Manchester United. But again, a lot of the midfielders that we've been linked to, I'd love at the club, to be honest. So if we do get James Garner or not, I would be kind of happy with it. But even if we don't, I wouldn't be sort of that frustrated either. But again, he presents an opportunity. Again, in terms of what I want from the midfield, I want Casemiro to go, and I want Ugarte to go, and I want us to bring in number sixes, really. So James Garner is that number six, whether that's Ruben Neves, whether that's James Garner. The concern would he be quality enough to what we're trying to build in terms of a Premier League winning side? Probably not, but I think as of now he's a significant upgrade on Ugarte, and you have to look at what we have at the moment. And again, Casemiro's only got 55, 60 minutes in him, so as a definite option to come on, I think he'd be brilliant. But let me know your thoughts. We know United are very poor at kind of bringing in and selling academy players. I mean, look what we're doing with Kobe Manu. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But James Garner has presented himself as a decent opportunity. Let me know your thoughts. Would you go and sign him?